Auntie, what happened on Behind the Gates today? I've been watching it with her.
Well, tell your grandmama it's been a good couple of days of shows because I'm going to catch up 2 episodes in one. First of all, it turns out that Anita only had an infection after all that carrying on and almost leaving up out of here, girl. Now, first person to come see her was Sharon, which was a surprise visit. And then she messes around and surprises Sharon and told her that Bill was on the way and she was going to need some privacy and to not tell Vernon. Which made Sharon say, when did y'all start keeping secrets? She was like, girl, don't worry about that. Just keep it on the low. Now, I ain't about to lie. I was very suspicious as to what it is she wanted, but it turns out she wants Bill to serve as co-trustee for her personal trust, and then she wants him to serve as the alternate trustee on the one that her and Vernon got together. Now, I don't know what this means, but I got a feeling it's going to mean something that they ain't meant it to mean down the line. And I don't want to be starting no vicious rumors, but girl, for a minute, I thought you was about to pull up a baby that nobody know about. Whew. Now, I was waiting for Vernon to get home and be very upset when he got this news, but he took it well. He was like, I agree with you. Because she was like, I don't want you to be stressed if anything should happen. And he was like, you know what, you're right. Good looking out. You know one thing, sidebar. These folks know they can use Bill when they need him and throw him away when they don't. But Bill be just as anxious to be used, so let them use you till they use you up. Now, back to our regular gossip. Child, we finally saw and met Miss Darlene. You know that's Jacob old fine daddy, his wife. Now, they done talked about this woman. We know she's a 911 operator and all of that. But, I was glad to finally see her because I tell you what. I was starting to think she was a figment of our imagination, but no, here she was. And I don't really know how I feel about her when she showed up. Let me tell you why. Now, I know the character knew and we got to give her time to build Darlene's personality. Now, after she sat there and ran down all she had heard about Eva and her mama, she told Isaiah she wanted to meet the girl, right? And then Isaiah said no, but then get this. Eva just so happened to stop through Orphan Jeans to pick up something for the folks at work. And the mama was cold. Didn't say nothing, just got up and left. I ain't like that. The least she could have been was kind. Miss Darlene, girl, we officially got our eye on you. Till further notice. Now let me tell you who else showed up. Peaches. We've been looking for Peaches. Y'all had counted Peaches out. Peaches says she ain't going nowhere. And not only that, Peaches showed up in her good wig, sitting down, talking good, eating good. She doing better, baby. Money take you a long way in this medical game. Y'all best recognize. But she did tell Leslie while they was sitting down there talking to the country club that she don't believe she done turned over no new leaf no matter what Eva said. Girl, I know you. I'm your mama. I know you. And in true Leslie fashion, before they could even get up from the country club meal, she done seen Vernon down to the country club, pulled him over to the side and said, I need to talk to you for a minute. She said, I know you the reason why my house got stalled. I wish you would remove that so that I can continue to build. And Vernon said, ain't. And then they went kind of back and forth. And she said, oh, don't worry about it. Nah. When she got back to the table, Eva was like, Mama, why you always starting stuff? You always poking the bear. She said, girl, I am the freaking bear. Now, Jacob tried his best to get some information out of Grayson, but Grayson said, I ain't talking. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing. And I ain't going to leave Ashley alone. I like her. Now, here's something I'm glad happened, girl. Ted had met up with Kat and finally admitted to a lot of things. Let's get into it. He told her that he was sorry that he hadn't been making time for her because he'd been spending so much time with Eva. I'm glad that he acknowledged that. And Kat let him know that she felt like she was being gaslighted by everybody because didn't nobody believe her when she told her that Leslie and them wasn't no good. They said other things, but you got to watch my full recap to get all that. But in the end of it all, it was really cute. It was really beautiful that they were able to make amends, and I was glad. And Ted, please keep it up. Now, Danny and Nicole still sitting around talking about boys. They both admitted that they ran to their exes after that dilemma with their mama. And Nicole, I don't care how much ripping and running you doing around town with these different men's. Girl, I think you want Ted back, and you don't even know it yet. Now, Miss Leah, the impaler, got another job for Grayson. He gonna have to start pillaging off the stuff going on down to the clinic. That's the reason why she got involved in the first place. He said he ain't want to because Derek worked down there. She was like, I'm gonna get Derek on board too. He was like, no, you not. She said, watch me. Everybody got a price, just like you did. Lynette done showed up down there to the office with a basket. Here's my question though. Why was you in Bill's office with it? She was in that office flirting with Tomas because Bill wasn't in there and Haley had overheard it. She bust up in that office and said, y'all got to cut this out. And then she gonna tell Tomas this was highly inappropriate because it's the workplace, and he had to remind her that at one time you was in here as a paralegal and you went from being a paralegal to being Bill's second wife. Boom, honey, almost fell out. So when she got rid of Tomas, her and Lynette started going back and forth, right? And Bill walked in on them arguing. The next thing you know, Haley is implying that Tomas was pushing up on her in the workplace when it was the other way around. See, they got to bust that up because they think that Tomas is on to something. And Lynette said, girl, I don't think he's looking for nothing on me. I think he's looking for something on you. Now, 2 more things before we get out of here. Sharon, why was you looking at Vernon like this? I'm suspicious of Tracy. Now I got to keep my eye on you too. And last but not least, when Gracie got on the elevator to do that change up with Jacob, the elevator stopped at the next floor and Ashley got on that thing, baby. Y'all already know that elevator be stopping. And now behind the gates, I need y'all to do y'all thing and let that elevator jerk one good time and they all be stuck on there together and then everybody be looking at everybody. Now this is the kind of drama we need. And look like next week ain't gonna be short stopping either. All right, y'all, that's it. I got to go. I can't gossip with y'all all day long. Hey, don't forget to scan the code to find my YouTube channel where I do full recaps of this show live Monday through Fridays. Come be a part of the Gatekeepers where we love to talk about these doggone Duprees like they real, even though we know they not. Bye.